you know what? I drove with my buddies from California all the way to here because I don't fly, you know. And
you don't fly?
I'm afraid of flying.
Oh.
I don't know. I just because, you know,
scary,
you die and you crash and die.
The whole crashing, dying thing,
That's what I'm really scared of. It's not the flying as much as the crashing and the dying.
So you drove across country? Do you
know
like
the worst thing is when you I'm sorry.
Do you like driving? No, I'm just getting you into it. So,
yeah, no, I was going to say about crashing, but I don't even know if it's funny. But
hey, you know, you're on a roll right now. Just go for it. Come on.
Well, you know when you crash and then they you know, identify you after?
Yeah.
And they always have your dental records? What if you had like bad teeth and stuff? Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Like you're already dead, I don't know. It's not funny. I should have said the other thing.
No! We can edit that out. No, we won't. We'll leave that in.
That would be kind if you did that. That would be great.
I don't think I'm gonna.
No.
Let's leave it in. What do you people say?
No, I was going to tell you about driving here but I know we don't have a lot of time.
We're seconds away from the joke for the dental thing.
Yeah.
That took all the time for the other story.
I know. I had a great story about driving here with my buddies.
Well, you can, you know.
It's topical. You know, it's timely. But I was thinking maybe the next time I come, I could just pretend that I just drove here with my buddies.
That'd be great. Next time you're on the show, just say, I just drove here, and that'll be a completely different audience. Studies show no people watch this show 2 nights consecutively. Every night, it's a whole new group of people that are like, who's that guy? Where's Dave? Who's that guy? What's going on? That's the beauty of this show. It's like a whole new memory every night.
On our show, studies show that people don't watch the show, period.
Let me ask you about, because I want to get to this, you took a cross-country trip, which I thought was...
Yeah, I went from Los Angeles to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
that's cross-country. We're in New York.
Cross-country, and it's a long way, you know. And I drove across. I just got in the day before yesterday. And I don't drive, you know. I can't drive. Never learned.
Okay, well, who was driving then?
This other guy. I was driving with 2 other guys, me and my 2 friends, and I had to sit in the back seat the whole way. That stinks, huh? You know?
Yeah, it's not as much fun in the back seat.
Yeah,
you know?
there's 3 of us, you know. So I'm obviously the 3rd favorite guy. I'm in the back seat. So, and they're having fun up there. 3 days, man, all alone in the back seat. Holy Lord, that was bad.
That sounds pretty bad, being in the back seat. Yeah.
The front seat's fun. You're up there, you're having a riot. They're having a party up there. You know, they got cakes and everything. I couldn't even...
They had cakes? Really?
They had some cakes up there. I was so far back, and, you know, you can't do it. Sometimes you go, hey, forget this crap about front seat, back seat. I'll just stick my head into the front seat, you know? And you go, hey, guys, hey, it's me from the back seat, you know? And they don't want to see it. They don't care about it.
Oh, that's terrible.
You don't know what to do.
Did you see any interesting things along the way, you know?
No, just I see, like, other people in other back seats. That's about all. You know?
You can commiserate with them. All right.
Anyway, you're living in Los Angeles now where you do your hit TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like Los Angeles.
You're originally Canadian, right up in the Toronto area?
In Toronto, yeah.
Come down here to New York.
I come to New York, and Toronto and New York is great because they have cabs and subways because I don't know how to drive a car, you know.
You don't drive at all?
No, I never learned how.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't like them. I find them dangerous, you know? Like, you drive and you're in a car and you're going like 70 and then another car comes, he's going 70, right? And then there's like a foot between you, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, ah, and they're honking. And then who knows what, it's only a foot, you know? They move a little bit and there's a crash, and you're always seeing crashes every time you drive. Sure. There's a crash, there's a big twisted wreckage of a crash, you know? And nobody seems to care. They're like, oh, I guess I'll be late for work. You know?
So you don't drive at all?
You know, like imagine you're in a plane and you're flying and you look out, there's some plane wreckage on a mountain, right? Or a plane comes beside you like 10 feet. Ah, he's honking, you know?
That's sky rage. So you... No, I don't think so. But now you're living in Los Angeles where it's nearly essential to be able to drive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, everything's far apart from each other.
What do you do?
I bought myself a bicycle. And I don't know how to drive a bicycle either, but on a bicycle you can just go on the sidewalk, so you're the most dangerous, you know. And so I go to the bike store, I don't know, and the guy's telling me, hey, all these bikes, you know, they have all this technical mountain bike. I'm not going to be on a mountain.
Right.
You know? I'm just going to be on the road, the sidewalks. So he goes, what kind of bike you looking for? So I said, I don't know, I think I'd like a red bike, you know. And so he sells me this one. And it's very complicated nowadays. You got to get a lock, you know, and the locks, they aren't like the old days, just a soft lock. They're hard. He goes, the hard lock that you have to, it's, you know, because he says, you got to stay, we always got to stay ahead of the bike thieves, you know, bicycle thieves. This bike lock was impossible to turn on.
Combination kind of deal?
No, you had to go around the thing and, like, twist it. Anyways, so it's hard to explain. So I drive on my bike to get some groceries over at Ralph's. And
you shop at Ralph's?
Oh, Ralph's is the best.
Is it nice there?
Oh, yeah. If you like apples.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You like apples?
I do. I like apples. Produce, good produce?
Yeah, the best apples, man. So I go.
You run a lot of specials at Ralph's? Or they have, like, the everyday low prices?
No, they're everyday low prices,
That's good.
You know?
Yeah.
So I get my bicycle to the Ralph's place, you know, and I try to get this damn lock on. It doesn't work. I can't figure it out or anything like that. So then I figure to myself, I'll just leave it here unlocked.
Right in front of Ralph's?
Yeah, because I figure, what's the odds of my unlocked bicycle and a dirty bicycle thief showing up at the same time?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
You're not going to be in there all day?
Yeah, just like 5 minutes, buy some cookies and some, you know, an apple. So I get my groceries out. You know, I bought a lot of groceries, you know. I bought a whole bunch of groceries, and I get out, my bicycle's gone.
No.
Yeah. Some dirty bicycle thief has stolen it, you know?
My God,
Yeah.
that's unbelievable. You
Yeah.
have terrible luck.
Yeah, it's just a happenstance that happened. So there's a security guy there, you know, the Ralph security guy. I run up to him. I say, hey, man, did you see somebody steal a bike? And the guy goes, no. He says, I saw somebody just get on a bike and ride away. He goes, was it locked? I go, of course it was locked, you know? And then I realize I'm holding the lock in my hand. So I look.
A bad deal.
Hey, now listen, did I hear some rumble that Brother Sandler sent out Maseratis to the cast of Grown Ups? Did you reap the benefit?
First of all, let me just say one thing. Nothing's better than Nancy Pelosi Augustus reference.
Pelosius Augustus.
I'm still swooning over that one. Yeah, Sandler gave Maseratis to Spade, Schneider, Kevin James, Chris Rock, all of whom need one, by the way. Very bad. But
Exactly. What'd you get?
no bitterness, but me and Norm Macdonald, yeah, we're splitting a zip car.
And you know, you split a zip car with Norm. It's like having one of those, you know, those Christmas trees the drivers have that smells like North Slope Sensimilla.
Yeah, this car, I don't know, they must have been smoking pot in here or something.
I was on SNL the year I was at SNL, but I was in Los Angeles for hiatus for some reason. I didn't live here. And I went to soup. I was having dinner, and then I was going to take the red eye back, and I was to pick up Norm Macdonald in my rental car, and we're on the same flight back. But I think he was in first class and I was in coach. So I went to Soup Plantation before and had dinner with some friends, and then it just hit me like your story that I don't know if you told while we were doing this.
Yeah, 5 pound weight dropped down in your belly.
That happened to me, and I had the diarrhea of a lifetime in the bathroom at Soup Plantation. Like,
not a luxurious bathroom.
Like when you think it's over and you've cleaned up and you're getting up and you stand up and you go, oh my God, it's starting all over again. It was like that. It was like I was sweating, like I wanted to take my shirt off.
Yeah, and you've already wiped thinking it was done. Now you got to wipe again.
And I'm very meticulous. I mean, I
front to back.
Yes.
Okay.
This just made me think of Harris Whittles said about Rob Schraub that most people wipe front to back, he wipes side to side. makes me laugh. Okay, so I'm like sick. I'm sick, okay? So I clean myself up, and I go to pick up Norm Macdonald, who I worshipped, at that time, and I pick him up, and we're driving. I've never told this story. I've never told him this. And we're driving to the airport, and Norm goes, "What the fuck? It smells like fucking diarrhea in this car." And I'm going, "What?" And my heart is going bam, 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 bam. And he goes, "Did you fucking shit in your pants?" And I go, "What? I don't know what you're talking about." And I we roll down our windows. And I'm thinking, what is he smelling? Like, I must have stepped on it or something. Like it literally, I don't know what it was. And to this day, I was clean. I swear to God.
And this was your worst nightmare.
It is still to this day probably my worst nightmare. And he's going, "Fucking smells like fucking diarrhea in this car." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you, Norm." But in my heart, my heart is just pounding out of my chest. And I'm just like, what is wrong with me? And I'm feeling it again. And then we get to the airport and I go to the bathroom and I'm totally clean. I don't know, I'm still to this day, I don't know if I it was on the bottom of my shoe.
Or maybe in that when your underwear and pants form a little hammock underneath you.
I don't have that. I'm a lady.
Yeah.
I don't know, or maybe it was a crazy coincidence. Maybe, it makes more sense that Norm shit his pants and was yelling at me for shitting his pants. He's a guy who literally took a shit and then forgot to wipe and walked away and pulled up his pants because he was on the phone. So anyway, he just told that story on Stern, I think. That was it. He boarded the plane, did not even say goodbye or anything. He just got on the plane way before me, and I never saw him again until we got to work on Monday.
Wow.
But I've remained good friends with him, but
You never told him this story?
No, I've got to ask him about that. I guess what is there to ask?
Well, he listens to every podcast, so he will probably
good.
Reach out to you
Let's
after
get
hearing
this
Can you
out.
imagine if he was still angry, all these years later, you fucking denied it?
Well, that was what's scary is he was angry. It wasn't
yeah.
"Oh my God, do you smell that? What is that? Is that this area? I hope you don't think that's me."
You always give somebody an out.
It was just an accusatory anger.
Wow.
And I wanted to,
shit your pants.
honestly wanted to just drive the car into a wall and kill us both.
Wow.
Would have been less embarrassing.
Wow.
Why did I tell this story?
This is an emotional issue. It's not can you drive or can't you drive. Everyone knows I could teach you to drive in 20 minutes. That's not the issue.
No, okay.
I do know that. This is an emotional issue, Norm. Are you willing to trust me? Do you want to take a step, or do you just want to be, bathing in your own urine for the rest of your life?
Gosh.
Do you want to
These
take
are the
that
options?
first step out of that apartment and in toward the light? Would you like to take that step? Would you like me to help you take that step?
Do you have an earpiece and Dr. Drew is talking through you?
That's an ass piece, but yes, it is Drew's voice.
Whatever.
Fine, I can hear him better that way.
I would agree to
It doesn't show
I would
up on
agree
camera.
I would agree to do that. I
Would you agree to do that?
I agree, but I might say no later because it scares me.
That's
Hey,
not
Right
that's
now,
a baby step.
No,
That's a
right
baby
now,
step.
right now, in your thrall, I feel like I could do it.
Norm.
You're very persuasive and
But
convincing.
please,
and I
please,
believe you.
please.
And also, since your life's at stake, I know
My
that.
life is at stake.
But also, you
It would be
don't know-
the day comedy died if you drove off a cliff with you and I in it. Except for all the other funny people who'd be left behind.
Yeah, until they cast Dana Gould as death.
Yeah.
And then we'd be forgotten.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be the day death died. Oh, wait a minute. All right. So listen, Norm, I would like to do this for you. And I know you find it, you see, this is an emotional issue. It's not a practical issue.
No.
Obviously, I can teach you to drive.
No,
It'll be safe.
I know intellectually because I see old ladies and young children,
Yeah.
like you say. I see every other person,
Right.
so I go, well, I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have handicapped people drive vans with their teeth, Norm. You don't think you could handle it?
Yeah, I know.
I could teach you to drive. Let's do that, Norm.
Okay.
Let me offer you that freedom.
Well, let's for now say yes. But I don't want to. But we
keys
can't.
to a new
This is the thing.
Norm.
Why can't I-
But I
see,
got to say this. I got to say this. If we do it, it cannot be in any ways a comedy. But all of a sudden, I can't go. You can't go. Here's Norm. Put on this suit. And I'm like, no, wait. And then you were at a racetrack
Norm.
in Ventura, and
I would
I'm
treat-
racing against Gilles Villeneuve's son,
Yes.
Jacques.
Jacques, F1 driver. Listen, point is this. First off, I would treat you...
Because I've had that before where they've gone, this is what my manager said, do you want to be in a celebrity race car event? And I go,
No.
I don't have a license. And they go, the funny thing is, they'll never think to ask. That's what my manager tells me.
You know how I would treat you? I would treat you like a horse that I rescued who'd been abused. That's how I would treat you. Do you know what I mean? No sudden movements.
You'd whack me
Lots of
off.
petting on the snouts.
You'd whack me off.
Just to relieve a little pressure. Nothing gay.
Gigantic cock.
Just to take the edge off. I'd feed you a carrot through my mouth. No, I wouldn't move. I wouldn't light off any fireworks. I wouldn't do any. I would be very soothing. I'm going to put the best of Enya in the CD player of the Lexus, and I'm going to teach you how to drive Norm Macdonald.
Safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentage in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do. No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women. So,